Hi, how's it? It is Monday I don't know, is it 3rd or 4th of June? It doesn't matter, somewhere in June. I tried to look different from the other days. Really, nothing works. Ngiyabanda. And I wear the same jersey and coat, jacket, like hoodie every day because I'm not going anywhere. But at least I tried to have a different color. As you can tell, this is the top that I was wearing underneath my coat yesterday. Not my coat, my jacket. I wish it was a coat. I'm not really going anywhere, so really, who's in a rush? But I'm here to deliver some news. Okay, like, yo, last night. Okay, first of all, let's have a round of applause for my smoothie or my drink, my juice thing that takes out the bitter taste of my other drink from the mornings. You guys know that I make these shakes. This is by far the most delicious, you guys. It has got, wait for it, avocado, banana, orange, hibiscus tea leaves, and a shake of sunflower seeds, shake of sesame seeds, shake of moringa, shake of ginger, shake of green tea, shake of what else is in that, like thinking whatever. And then I added some sugar for taste, and then I also added like hot water, but that's what I used to mix it with, like boiling water, for the sake of having distilled water. It's not distilled, like closest to it, whatever. It is so delicious. It is so delicious. It is so delicious. I make one a week, and guys, it's the baddest. I put it in like a 1.5 to like a 2-liter gangster joint bottle thing. And what? I'm going to be having this every morning. This is to boost my metabolism, to just like get it started. I usually put apple cider vinegar, but I'm out of apple cider vinegar, and I'm also out of money. Everybody knows that apple cider vinegar costs like 2 rand or something. I can't even afford that because that's my life. Anyway, delicious. Absolutely delicious. Why is it, sorry, even worth my while to let you know that this is like the drink of the morning? Because I am literally, albeit having a whole bunch of sorrow in my sorrow for life. Is this phone charging? We don't want this thing to just cut on us any minute now. The only person out in these streets going to okay, maybe it's not all that hard now, but I'm the only person here not sick. Only one. And there was a time when I drove my mom with bronchitis to the clinic in a car whose windows were closed, and I still ain't fallen sick. Underestimate all you want. The fact that the strategies that Jesus done gave me work. Go on right ahead. I can't be seeing no doctor. I don't have medical aid. I can't be going to no hospital. I don't have medical aid. So this is what we got. This is how we roll. How we roll. And just to let you guys know, today, from this part, I'm going to be, just to let you guys know what filters I'm using, since I introduced you guys to like filters on CapCut. I introduced you guys to filters on UCam, which suck. I introduced you to makeup filters on Beauty Plus, which are excellent. I'm going to be editing this video because I just really don't want too much effort. Remember, I did let you guys know that with Beauty Plus, it's got such beautiful, lovely, like, you know, excellence makeup, right? And it doesn't fall off when you turn left and when you turn right, and it doesn't fall off, but you can only record for 3 minutes at a go. But then I let you guys know that if you don't want that, like, you know, effort, all that like hectic, if you don't want to do that, what you can do is move on right on ahead into the video editor for Beauty Plus, right? And in the video editor, then you can add the makeup. So I'm gonna, you know, help you guys along in that regard to make you see that it is absolutely possible to do a 1-hour video, a half-an-hour video, a 3-hour video, and then later on edit it. But then you're gonna have to make sure that the application stays open as you export, lest it should start to crash and burn on you. No, sorry, that lest you should start from the beginning again, because when your phone locks and the screen goes black, when you come back, Beauty Plus is like, what just happened? No, we have to start from scratch. So I gave you guys a solution for that. Go into your settings if you're in an Android device, go into display, go into sleep, and instead of it being 30 seconds, 15 seconds, 1 minute, 1 hour, just click never. Then it'll stay open, your phone will never lock. Leave it in a safe place where nobody's going to steal it or go into your content and read your emails, okay? And then just kind of, you know, have your coffee while you watch something on YouTube, and after like half an hour your content will be exported. So that's what I'm going to be doing from this part going forward. I'm not going to be having very many parts, just a little bit of what's going on. I did let you guys know in the last part that I was doing where I was showing you a screen, right? I was recording my computer screen. I told you that I would come back and conclude and show you how Wondershare Filmora operates when there is internet. I was also going to show you how CapCut operates when there is such a thing as that. And well, I came here rather with my face because I have other interessant information to give you. This is so delicious and it's so good for you. Yeah, okay, so now that we've said that, I'm not falling sick, guys. And really, if you want to know what my strategy is to stay healthy on a budget, despite having, you know, very many challenges in my life and issues and people throwing me curveballs and what have you, go check out the series that I did that says God had my back with my skin and my hair, guys, and like that's so great. Wow. Yeah, go check that part out, and I explained to you at length with details the drinks that I make and the fact that I have one a day if I am not working out, but if I'm exercising I then have another one the second time a day as a protein booster, a shot basically after exercise, and that whether or not I'm fasting, so whether or not I'm eating once a day, is irrelevant because these drinks make sure that I am catered to. My body, yo, like what? I'm really benefiting. I will probably do another series to let you guys know what the benefits have been in my body ever since, even adding extra ingredients. I used to have these like crackling knees ever since I was pretty much a human being. When I stood up and went down, stood up and went down, I would hear and it was so embarrassing. And on the sporting field at school, I used to hate it, and I've been with that situation for a long time. It was just like really irritating. I used to hide it so much that even my ex-boyfriend of 5 years that I used to be with pretty much all day every day never knew that I had that issue, because I used to stand at an angle. I used to like literally strategize as to how I'm gonna stand so that people don't hear my knees crackling. Well, ever since going on these drinks, I noticed the other day when I was going down and up and down and up that I no longer had that sound, that crackling, and I was like, what in the world would do that? And guys, it is collagen, that which if you people who takes collagen supplements, when they do such a thing is that sometimes they also experience improvement in their joints, in their bones, in their ligaments, in that part of your body that sort of kind of makes your knees turn and your elbows and ankles, yeah, all that jazz. Yeah, no, there is something there. I think it's cartilage. It's just like something smoothing around that area that collagen does. So essentially, my theory that my drinks are collagen boosting and not just, you know, something to make sure that an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Something that just makes sure that I don't have to go to the hospital or to the clinic or whatever. That's not the only thing that this thing is boosting in my my immune system. It's not just helping out with anti-inflammatory properties that make sure I don't get sick, but it also is like rejuvenating me. It's like reversing my age. I'm moving backwards internally. And so, I mean, really, because my knees are not crackling, I imagine I'm probably super fertile, despite apparently allegedly having a geriatric womb, but I don't know. And the reason why I feel that I'm super fertile is because why in the world, if I've had crackling knees since I was a kid, since I was a human being, like I've never had them, why now don't they exist? And I'm like 38 years old, for crying out loud. Now at this ripe old age, that problem goes away. I've got something in my body that is boosting collagen, and evidence is on my face, yeah, but some of y'all might be like, Arabo black don't crack, and you know, jeans play like a big fat chunky role in it, that's why you're barely aging. Very well, that might be a thing, but crackling knees, that's not something that was just gonna go away on its own because, I don't know, genes done did it. I was born with it, it was congenital, and it's gone. It's gone, guys, because of this. So this, if you can't afford to buy collagen supplements, collagen peptides, because they're violently expensive, which is my life, I'm poor like no man's business, drink up this stuff and it will boost your collagen. And of course, the benefits of collagen boost thing in your system. We speaking hair, sister. We speaking nails, sister. We speaking skin, sister. We speaking anti-aging, sister. We are speaking agility on the sporting field, sister. It's just a plethora of benefits, and a lot of doctors will let you guys know that if you want to boost collagen instead of taking collagen peptides, and you want to do it the natural way, those of you especially who are like vegan, you're plant-based, you don't eat animal animal proteins, and a lot of like these doctors will say that the best peptides for you are animal-based. Plant-based are not that good. I mean, maybe that's a fact that plant-based are not that good, but if you eat a certain way, you can boost collagen naturally. Everybody knows how expensive collagen peptides are, so I'm just saying. Anyway, that's another story for another day. I started with that intro because my drink is so delicious, but these are the kinds of things that make me look like this at 38, and that also make my knees not crackle. But like I said, I'm gonna do a whole series explaining to you the plethora of benefits I have seen ever since then. I've only been doing nitbits so far, showing you my hair, all those photos that I uploaded on Facebook, but I'm gonna do a whole series. Not that anybody watches me, because after all, Binary Code is my YouTube channel when it comes to who views it, but maybe in the tribulation you might be like, oh snap, why didn't I listen to Carabo? Because now there's nowhere to find fruits and vegetables due to the fact that famine has landed, and it's a quart of wheat for a denarius, and it's like a whole day's wages for a loaf of bread, and people who are rich are saying don't harm the oil and the wine. If only I had listened to her back then, I would not be crackling my knees trying to run away from the Antichrist. But just in case you're listening to me on this side of the tribulation, buy you an avocado or two and an apple, and keep the doctor away. My whole family is coughing, wheezing like geriatric old men with emphysema that have been smoking all their lives, and I'm the only one that doesn't have so much as a sniffle. Okay, maybe I have a bit of a sniffle, like, you know, I'm always kind of like blowing my nose because it's kind of runny, but that's it. I'm not sick, I'm not coughy, I'm not chesty. I'm just like listening to all of these coughing gangsters, and I'm like, and you think Jesus don't got my back? Is that what we're doing over here? You think Jesus don't got my back? Okay, do you? Do you? Anyway, we're not here to talk about collagen boosting drinks. We are here to talk about other things. Fulfilled prophecy in a matter of days. This morning, I woke up. Oh goodness. And it's like burning my toes. And I'm like, why are you burning my toes? What I ever do to you? Why everybody burning the sister? Anyway, yeah, no, I'm here to talk about what in the world under heaven happened. You be the judge, the rater of how this what is this? Aftermath added makeup is. You be the judge of it. Okay, I'm only applying La Bella right now, but you're probably looking at lipstick. You probably like it, don't you? It looks cute. Anyway, whatever. That's on Beauty Plus. But my channel is not a beauty channel. It's a ministry. Christian ministry, so let's just get into what in the world is going on here that I want to come and report from a Christian vantage point. I'm not going to have very many parts. I was not even going to have this part. I was not even going to talk about this until something happened like quite quickly. So last night, you guys, I went to bed feeling like, you know, the scum of the earth, because I'm treated like the scum of the earth. I was feeling so sorry for myself. Like, you know, when you're like, I was eating dinner on some, you know, with a fork. Pasta on my fork was shaking. My hand was shaking, and I was bringing food to my mouth like that with all the sorrow, and then my lip was quivering, and I was so sad. I just want to put this caveat out there, you guys. When it comes to my skin, I've broken out quite severely because I'm purging on a Dabbleine. So please don't judge the benefits of what I'm doing, because my skin is not looking good and say nothing's working. I wanted to get off benzoyl peroxide period for the rest of my life, and I noticed that I was still getting bouts of acne here and there, and I wanted a skincare that is going to just be the permanent solution that also has got benefits that are anti-aging potentially and whatnot, right? Something that's not going to dry the living daylights out of my face, something that's going to have other benefits, something I can use into my old age, since I have obviously got acne prone skin. Just in case the Lord does not come and get us like day after tomorrow or whatever, I wanted a treatment for my skin that's going to keep acne at bay that is not benzoyl peroxide, because I don't want to use that into my old age. And since I can't afford a dermatologist to put me on tretinoin, I went on a Dabbleine. So it purged me, and it's still purging me. It is subsiding, but some days, especially right now because I'm on my period, it looks even worse. But I'm writing it out, I'm giving it time, and I hope it does clear me. I have noticed improvements in texture where I don't have acne, like other parts of my face where where there are no pimples coming out. Like I'm purging on my cheeks, my chin, and my jawline, and every so often on my forehead too, which are the regions that tended to be active with acne before. Where there is no acne, like here and here and here and here, my skin has significantly improved. The skin under my eyes has improved. It's gotten brighter, like as in less dark circles, less sorrow in my eyes that is clearly visible. My smile lines have literally almost vanished, like 100%. The general tone and texture of my skin has also improved, as well as pores. They have shrunk. My pores have shrunk. So I feel as if I've got like evidence of anti-aging effects of adapalene ever since starting it. So I'm not getting off it for those reasons, because I'm noticing that my skin has significantly improved in places where I don't have acne. Where I've got acne, all I see is the acne, and it makes me sad. But yeah, that's what we're doing right now. Just wanted to let you guys know that, so that you don't be like, this chick be talking about how she's like making it and breaking into like new ventures that are successful and excellent, but look at all that acne on her face. No, this acne is here because I am purging, and it's like so terrible. I can't deal. But the other benefits, I'm happy with them, so I'm sticking. I'm writing it out. I'm writing this thing that I imagine is a purge out. Okay. Cool beans and bananas. You might not even be able to see the acne all that well, because of the fact that I added a makeup filter on Beauty Plus, but I bet you've been seeing the acne all these other days where I did not have a filter on. So just wanted to put that out there as a caveat. I know I'm again digressing. Let me just go back to last night. What happened? I was feeling like the scum of the earth, because people treat me like the scum of the earth. Okay. This wig of snagging. Anyway, whatever. I was feeling like the scum of the earth, y'all, and I was eating dinner with all the sorrow, very slowly, chewing it like whatever, because there were just these thoughts running in my mind. All I could think about was, why does everybody treat me like this? You know, like self-pity. Yeah, I was on some self-pity tip, and I was thinking mostly about men, you know, those guys that are supposed to be doing better right now by the female community, but they're busy transitioning all over the show to become women. Yeah, those guys. I was thinking about men and how it is that I have been treated by them. And for me, it was like, I thought about a story that made me even more sad, and it popped in my mind actually while I was applying my skincare regimen in the evenings after taking a shower. There was a thought that popped into my mind, and that's also what caused me great sorrow throughout the night as I was eating dinner. Okay, there is this one lady, okay, when I was working for MTN, I always had, not just MTN, but just generally throughout my upbringing, I always wondered why black men in particular, really, I can't say this was an issue across the races, it was always black men, why they were so cold and mean towards, well, I observed it to be me, but then I blanket applied it to be black women. How it is that they tended to treat us, they were very aloof. They had this like removed and disinterested disposition towards women that walked into their ecosystem, black girls, you know. And for me it was like, why are you guys like this? Because we are your like future wives and future baby mamas and stuff. Like, why are you so mean? Why don't you just smile and say hello when you walk into the room and see us? Why do you rather have this like aloof disposition about you? And I often realized that a lot of times the very same guys that were very mean to the women in the room would sometimes end up dating one of them in the future, and they would have initially given this woman that aloof disposition when they first met her, acting as if though they were not interested in her. There was nothing of him and his general demeanor that ever made it clear to the girl that he eventually ends up dating that he was interested in her. It's almost as if though their aloof disposition was garnered precisely for the for the very sole purpose of making her want him, because she obviously he obviously does not want him. This door. I hope it didn't mess with me. Yeah, anyway. yeah, it's almost as though this guy was deliberately acting in this strange, weird way, precisely because he wanted the woman. So to make her feel like I don't want you, and therefore cause this woman to be like, hey, look, I'm pretty and I know that I'm pretty, and why aren't you looking at me? Why aren't you looking at me? And then treat her the worst out of all the girls in the room, until eventually she's basically begging him to ask her out, such that by the time he does ask her out, it's like he's doing her a great favor, because now she's humbled herself to the fact that he's around, and now that he's handled her with his aloof disposition, I guess it's good to go now. And then they date, it appears, for years, so he was really very interested in her, but he was mean. I've always had a little bit of a bone to pick with that, with black men, and it's been an issue that's been going on all of my life ever since I started to look at boys at all. Okay, so primary school, high school, corporate, they never matured out of that. And for me, it was just very uncomfortable to see that. When then I was in corporate South Africa, all these guys that we worked with, we were all young professionals, they were like that too. And it didn't matter if if we worked on the same project together. So now we gotta be collegial, for crying out loud. It didn't matter. Like, the attitude was always just like, oozing. It was growing fuzzy hair, peach fuzz. It was ridiculous. And for me, it was like, okay, look, like, fix your face, because we're working now. I mean, it's not like we are trying to go out for drinks. We're just working. Fix your face. And they never did. They never did. So when I came to Christ, I was like, I don't know what's up with black men, but I am not a fan of a man being cold, aloof, and slapping me with a chunk of reverse psychology just so I can like him. I want to be dotingly and adoringly pursued. I want a man to show interest in me, that I might that I might fix my face when he's in the room, that it might be clear in me that, okay, look, if you want to pursue, go on, do you. I don't want a guy to have to, wonder if maybe he might hit a home run with me if he just so much as spoke to me. And so many of the guys that have pursued me or ultimately, try to slide into my DMs started out aloof and acting as if though I ain't Jack and I don't matter. And when then they do finally ultimately pursue, because, I nonetheless smiled in their direction despite them for me, it was like, I never would have imagined that you liked me. And I went to God and I was like, I don't want a man to pursue me like that. I don't want a guy to slap me with reverse psychology, act like he doesn't love me or like me. And then I find out that he actually does, because how's he gonna be then to me when I'm his woman? He's going to keep on playing games in the relationship, in the marriage, or whatever. Indeed, those guys that I did date in my life never were like that. The few and far between ones, sparsely scattered, the rare guys, right? Those are the only guys that I ever dated, because I've never really responded well to figures of speech or sarcasm, because I don't understand it. I don't get it. Or even reverse psychology. For me, it's like the way you treat me is, or at least outwardly, that's how I feel you are. That's how I think you are. So if you're gonna give me egotistical vibes, you clearly want nothing to do with me. So I've never ended up with a guy that ever passed me shade initially. I've only ever dated dudes who were sweet from the get-go, and they were few in number and far between. They really were few and far between. My ex-boyfriend was like that. He was nice from the get-go. He never gave me issues. All of them. I've never ever been with a guy that started out acting like a mess, ever. So I guess you could say that it helped to not respond to sarcasm or reverse psychology, to be dumb to recognize what this is. That game that they were playing, it helped, because then I never, in relationships once I was in them, experienced cognitive dissonance where I'm supposed to be loved but I'm not really getting loved, somebody sort of kind of withholding affection from me. I've never really experienced it. But then I got born again, and when I got saved, all different kinds of fears that I had, y'all know this is a wake, so it's gonna keep moving, all different kinds of fears that I had, they came to pass. It's like Murphy's Law became my mantle. And if anything could go wrong, it went wrong. And I was like, but I asked for different. Now that I'm born again, apparently I'm supposed to receive what I asked for in prayer. Pressed down, shaken together, and running over. So my husband is supposed to be this dude that's really sweet from the get-go. Has no pomp, no arrogance. Even though, he walks around like that with a pomp and an ego because he can back it up. I don't care. He's supposed to be humble. Like, I'm not supposed to end up married to a guy that's less than even the guys I was with prior to coming to Christ. I mean, I'm in Christ now. I'm supposed to get better than what I had, okay? Because like Jesus is in the business of doing that, and I never experienced it. So last night I was mournful, feeling like, what is wrong with me? What's wrong with me that all the men that I worked with, the black men that I worked with that could have pursued me, could have been my husband, could have been, why did they all treat me like I'm the scum of the earth? Why did they all act around me like really I stank? There is a stench coming off me. And now all these years down the line, I am 38 and I'm still not married. So basically they over and above it confirmed, validated and vindicated that I was nothing. I was worthless, because none of them even made a decision to get down on their knees and propose marriage to me. And the only one that did not only came in with that stanky reverse psychology strategy, but now he's trying to kill me, and he's messing with my family, and he is infiltrating a whole bunch of witchcraft into my ecosystem, trying to force me to be with him. Why have I only ever been thrown that which has been my pet hate since I was a kid? Since I was an observant kid? Why would I only ever be met with that kind of calamity when I'm now in Jesus? What is going on? Why? Like, what is this thing that has made of me an unlovable and an unmarriable woman? What did I ever do to be so unwantable? And so I was moping last night because I'm in so much pain and sorrow, so violently desecrated by my family members, mistreated in the worst way, and now also men are like basically reacting to my situation on some whatever, you were arrogant anyway, and I never was. That's just the thing. So I was mournful, I was all sorrowful, like I was all pity party vibes last night, because I thought of a story. I remembered a story, something that happened in my life when I was still working at MTN, and my sadness was, but why her and not me? Not that I liked the guy, but he was so cold and so mean to me in a way that I didn't understand, because I wasn't that way towards him. And then something happened and I was like, okay, well, what made you act differently with that girl versus me? And is that girl only like in that position that she is now in with you because you saw something better in her? Or did you act differently towards her? Or did she capitulate to your reverse psychology in a way that women like me didn't, because we just don't understand reverse psychology when it is slapping the living glass? Let's move to the next part, guys. I don't like to speak for longer than a certain amount of time so we can continue to speak about this.